all should see red.
Greetings, Raider Nation. This week, we're taking on the University of Oklahoma Sooners. This could be a pretty fun game to watch, I think. And in my opinion, this is going to be the biggest game this week for Big 12 football. For all you have is Iowa State, Baylor, which is more or less Baylor just motoring a team. Kansas State and Texas, two teams that no one really cares about right now, except for their respective fans. And Kansas, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State's just gotta, win that game because they are looking to be pretty good right now. And this game, you have a ranked Oklahoma team who is still theoretically in the playoff hunt and could be a dark horse contender for the conference championship, and we could very well beat them. This is not a game we are disfavored by a wide margin. Granted, it's around 2 to 3 possessions. The experts are predicting OU to win by, but I got a feeling this game could be closer than that. I just have a feeling this game's going to be going down to the very end. Now, OU is coming off of a real big win comparatively what they did against Texas by beating Kansas State in Manhattan 55-0, and really looked to be almost unbeatable out there. Granted, they're playing Kansas State this year, who is dealing with a whole lot of issues and are not as good of a team as they have been in previous years, but still, 55-0 is nothing to ignore. And after the way they played against Texas, which was kind of embarrassing, they look back from the dead right now. Now, which Oklahoma team are we going to get? Are we going to get the kind of sloppy Oklahoma team against Texas, or the deadly weapon OU that took down Kansas State? Hopefully Texas won. And we're coming off of a dogfight game against Kansas, and as I said in my post-game video, the only reason why I think we made the game as close as it was is that we were looking ahead to OU and we just want coach to beat Kansas. Kansas really been annoying for us, as have 11 a.m. games, but thankfully this is not. It's a 2:30 game, or 2 o'clock game. But still, this game's going to be pretty damn close. Now, Kansas State did have some success in the first half, the very beginning of the game against OU, by going after the quarterback, who we all know to be Baker Mayfield. And really, we're getting in there, the starting plays, getting sacks. But OU started to adjust to their defensive scheme and really prevent any further progress from going on. And that played into a big reason why they lost by so much. Now, hopefully our team, our defensive coach, Gibbs, can really work a defense to adjust to the setups that OU's going to be giving us. For if we start getting pressure on the quarterback and start sacking him, they're going to start changing things up front, and we need to change with them. When what we were doing before is not working any longer, we need to change it up and continue trying to get as much pressure as we can against Mayfield. For Mayfield does not look to be all that great when you have guys in his face and highly pressured. Not to do a lot of quarterbacks, but that's been the Achilles heel of this Oklahoma team, the offensive line. And we need to exploit that as best as we can. Granted, it looks to be getting better, but that's still the point of attack we needed to focus on. We need to hopefully get through there and make stuff happen. And our defensive line is not the best in the world. That much I know. For our ability to stop the run is, well, infamous at this point. But thankfully, Oklahoma has not been focusing a whole lot this season with their new air raid scheme by their new offensive coordinator, Lincoln Riley. So, which leaves a lot of the big running backs, such as Samaje Perine and Joe Mixon, not as effective. Especially Perine, who was a big part of why they beat us last year. And really hasn't had a successful game, at least outside of Tulsa when he rushed for over 100 yards. Hell, even against Kansas State, he wasn't their big time back. It was Mixon. So, I do expect him to run it a bit more with them facing us and our run defense. But this is still a airway attack. Make no doubt about it. So, we need to make sure that P-Line does not have a successful day against us and that they focus on throwing the ball. For if they start running the ball up the gut, that's going to make stopping the play action pass and Mayfield even more challenging for Mayfield, who we all know to have a great pair of legs on him. If the run game gets going, they're going to be unstoppable. It's going to be a bloodbath. We need to really contain that one game and make them focus more on throwing it. This allows all guys to get in the backfield and disrupt plays. It's a big task, I know. But that's something we need to do to win this game. Without question. And even if we get in the backfield, that doesn't mean they don't have any weapon they can throw to. I mean, this is a Big 12 team, of course, so there could be a lot of great receivers. I mean, everyone knows about Sterling Shepard and DJ Westbrook. That name? Correct me, Oklahoma fans. They also have Dewan Neal, they worry about, and Joe Mixon, arguably. Thankfully, their receiving core is not as deadly as Baylor's was. No, quite the level as TCU, so that's not saying a whole lot, seeing how dangerous the Big 12 is, but at least all secondaries used to taking on these really high-powered offenses so far this season. Well, OU has yet to really come across this high-power attack this season outside of Tulsa. So it's going to be interesting to see how Oklahoma secondary reacts to our passing attack. Now, I believe Mahomes by this game should be fully healed. For at Kansas, he looked to be almost there. I mean, he was running a lot more often and making a lot more plays happen, despite how poorly we played. And hopefully, we can get Lil Raven Clark back for this game. Well, as I said in my post-game video, when he went down, our offensive line really collapsed, and there was a lot of pressure coming in our faces. And Oklahoma's a much better team than Kansas, so we can't allow Oklahoma to get in the backfield and mess shit up. And we are a good team at preventing the sacks, so if our offensive line is sturdy and holds, we can cause a lot of damage. But if Oklahoma gets in our face constantly, it's not going to be a successful day for us offensively. And that's really about all I got for this game. Now, I'm not gonna do a score prediction for him. I'm never right with him anyways. So I'm not gonna say again that this game is gonna be close and will be decided in the fourth quarter. This isn't a game that could be decided early on. So until after the game, Raider Nation, guns up, Raider Power, and Reckham Tech.